Warning, this video is only for 14 and up, and if you're under, please leave this video because I will not be accused of something I don't want to be accused of. Please, if you're under, leave the video. Stories go through the air. You can listen and you cannot. But stories are here to help. Understand what is right and what is wrong. But sometimes stories can do the opposite. There's no right or wrong. You have to form your own opinion. But that is not what you're here for. You're here to listen to this silly little god of this channel. Listens to his mind going on about his stories, about the different worlds where he's traveling to, and where he can make some small different in a timeline. Welcome to the Blue Mask What If channel. Hello everybody, this is Blue Mask. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys will enjoy. Let's begin. Hello everyone, this is Blue Mask and welcome back to my channel. And today we are gonna continue the 5-part series of What If Deku Was a Monster Hunter. So, in this series, I will just make sure you remember it all. The two worlds of a different timeline world of Monster Hunter and different timeline version of the My Hero Academia world was drawn together by the fight against Nana and One for All. Or, no, Nana and All for One. In that fight, All for One launched an attack, but in a split seconds before Nana was killed in the original timeline, but in this one, she kicked All for One's head so much he accidentally used a quirk he would never actually use. It's what Kurigiri would have gotten, but mixing with other quirks, it accidentally dragged the Monster Hunter world and the world of My Hero Academia together and made a planet that is 2 times bigger than the normal planet size. So the worlds are formed into a bigger world where one half is Monster Hunter world, the other one is the My Hero Academia version of planet Earth. So after that happened, a whole years goes by. The Monster Hunters and the heroes has come together to make cities where people could survive against the monsters. So in the cities, heroes are protecting them. Outside, the monsters has taken over. Some of America, Russia, or China has been gone. Some part of the continents are still, normal, but the monsters has taken over some few spots around the world, our world, but this is My Hero Academia, so they have been taken over. I will recap as much as I can remember. Izuku Midoriya was in middle school when a monster came into one of the safe areas. They could not find it in time before it crashed into Izuku's middle school. Izuku went to the cafeteria, fought it, killed it, actually helped some few students out to get out of there. He killed the monster. It was Raphael's, the monster that Izuku is wearing in the picture. After that, Izuku and his dad, Hisashi, convinced Denko to let him go to the Monster Hunter school. He's gone, I think I said 8 years or 6 years actually. Yeah, 6 years. So he went when he was 12. He met his partner Alice. I think I called her that. Yeah, Alice. His Monster Hunter partner and his girlfriend in the future. He also met Yarosu's brother and Alice's brother, Adrian. I've forgotten what. Yarosu Momo. Mano, I think I call him Mano. Mano Yaroshu is like Momo, but his quirk, he's the only one with a quirk, by the way. Can boost his muscle fibers heavily if he eats some. So it's a weak quirk. Only he can use his powers to make him like strong as a monster hunter, or double the strength of monster hunters. So yeah, that happened. They went to a school that is in the new world. In those 6 years, Isuku's parents, Inko and Hisashi, divorced because of the fight. Hisashi cheated on her, but it was a kind of a drunken night, and both Inko and Hisashi was already apart at this point. They didn't love each other or anything at that point in time. So in that, I'm not saying it's good, but I'm not saying it's bad. It is bad to cheat. I will just say this here now. Don't cheat on your partner. But here, Hisashi got a little drunk, went out with a woman, cheated on Inko. Inko left, but both of them said, yeah, this happened. This happens. Hisashi is, in this version of the time, actually going out with this woman. I think they're actually, I will say, engaged, but not would have their wedding. No, they're not actually married. They're not gonna be married. They're just girlfriend and boyfriend for the rest of their life. They don't want to get married, but they still love each other. I don't know what I gave the woman's name. Inga went off to a guy she knew in college, one of her old boyfriends she broke up with before she met Hisashi. She met him again, they got together. She married him. Isuko didn't go to the wedding because he was still at Monster Hunter school. He's still kind of pissed about it at this point in time, but he doesn't really care anymore. I went to school. Alice and Isuko got together. They went around the world. At the last year, because they're going for European school time, not Japanese school time, where in the middle of winter, or we're not going Japanese school time in that school. They're going European. So summer, first year, then summer again, second year. That shows the situation. So they when they are on the when they are on the last year of their school, they were fuck. Isuku's group being of Mano, Adrian, Alice, and Isuku, and their two handlers and their partners, palico partners and animal partners. Adrian has a bird, a new world monster as his partner for riding. I think Mano Yaroshu has the dog Palico and the Sacred. Isuku has a secret and a palico. No, Adrian has a palico partner and the dog palico partner. Isuku and Alice are the some. Yeah, I think. No. Yeah, Adrian does have a sacred, same as Isuku and Alice, but he has a dog. Isuku has a palico, and Adrian has a palico as well. And Alice has also the dog palico. They went sent to UA to help teach the new students about the Monster Hunter world and help the older ones get their tests done. They met Izuku's previous family. Well, Izuku met his mother again at the UA entrance exam. Met his stepsister. She's kind of an asshole to him. Sorry, mic got cut off. He also met his stepdad, being All Might. Yeah. Yagi is Izuku's stepdad, but he's it's 50-50 on their future relationship. He kind of made up with his mom, but he still says, "Yeah, I'm mad at you still, but I don't give a fuck. We can work together and we can talk, but I'm still a little pissed because you kind of left me alone for a little while." Yeah, Inko was kind of sad that her son wasn't safe. So she caught contact for a little while. Isugu was pissed as also caught contact, but Isugu has trying to get back into the relationship with his mother. After that, they went and taught some classes with Class 1A and Class 1B. Well, Adrian and Mano has Class 1B, I think. Yeah, Adrian and Mano has Class 1B. Wait, no. No, Adrian has Class 3rd A. Or 3A. Mano has Class 2A and 2B. Adrian also has 3A and 3B as his class. Izuku has Class 1A and Class 1B, with Alice helping out with Izuku and sometimes with Mano. Their handler handles the biology with the monsters. Anyway, they went to a demonstration and they explained about quirks. That one you have to go back to the other episode, but most quirk people doesn't become monster hunters. Only a few does. Most of them becomes handlers. So yeah, that's mostly what happened in the last 3 episodes. I had to explain it because it's been like 3 months since I last recorded this series. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let's begin. We start in the middle of the office of the hunters and the handlers. We see Isugu Midoriya sitting at his desk writing up some few lessons he has to go over with the Class 1A students and Class 1B students. The last couple of days has been kind of annoying for Isugu a little, because he has to teach 2 classes. He has to be doing the same lessons 2 times. And so Isugu have sent in, same as Adrian, Mano, and Alice. I think it was Alice. Alice sent in a request for Nesu to make sure that their lessons between between Isugu's Class 1A and Class 1B, and then Adrian's Class 1A, Class 1B, and Mano's Class 1A, Class 1B, has been sent in to ask to put those two classes together when it's Monster Hunter's lessons. And luckily for them, they have gotten the okay for that. Because they're not actual teachers, they're just here to help them train. And they have gotten a training license. Well, they have gotten permission from the government and Nezu to do this. So, sending in the request and getting their allowance of teaching Class 1A and Class 1B in the same class, Isuku sighs and leans back, getting the first lessons with the classes together. Mostly it's been the introduction these last couple of days of Monster Hunters, what they do, and what they cannot and can do. Monster Hunters can hunt monsters, they can capture monsters, or they can make sure monsters are out of the way for human to thrive. Thrive. Fry. You do better. Humans do better. I can't fucking say it correctly. Thrive. I can't say it correctly. So yeah, they have taught about what Monster Hunters can do. They help humans develop more, but they cannot interfere with heroes' duties, meaning capture villains or hunt humans. But in a certain case, they have told about the Guild Knights, if I'm correct. The Guild Knights are 12 members, because I got that information. 12 people very high up in the Monster Hunter Guild they are actually allowed to hunt human, and they're allowed to hunt humans and kill them if they are poachers, destroying the habitats of all the other animals. They're allowed to hunt them, but they will not tell more because it's kind of a secret how they do it, and because they actually don't know. They're not that high up. So Isuku and Alice right now are doing paperwork because Alice is gonna help him in this time in the class when a knock came at the door. Come in. Door's open. The person that walks in was actually All Might. Young Midoriya. Oh, Mr. Yaki. How can I help you? I just want to ask about the changes you've asked for. Oh, you want to make sure it doesn't interfere with hero work? Yes, mostly. Not hero work, hero training. Yes. No, they're not gonna interfere. Class 1A and Class 1B will... I think Nesu will switch it around for us. Maybe instead of the 2 days I have Class 1A and Class 1B will switch to one of those days for Monster Hunter training. Yes, I understand. But no, they will probably not interfere with hero studies and laws and everything else. That is good to hear. But I may also ask, you're curious about something? You can tell. Yeah, it's not hard to tell. You look anxious. And come to my mind, it's like me when I was younger. What up? It's mostly all the young ones gonna be taught how to become hunters. No. That is possible to have two license. I think the hero, um, the hero with the Japanese armor. Yes, I know who he is. I don't remember his name, by the way. Sorry. Yeah, I think he actually has a dual license of hero and hunter. I think, wasn't he a hunter? Hmm? Yeah, he came from my world. Excuse me? Yeah, he's quirkless. Didn't you know? Mm, yes, it was kind of obvious, but now that I actually think about it, yeah, he is quirkless. Yeah, he has dual license. He can hunt monsters, but when he's using that license, he cannot hunt. He cannot capture villains, so he has to switch professions at some sort in a matter of minutes. I see. But no, you actually have to go to a school there. The mostly we teach them is how to avoid them, how to defend yourself, rescue from monsters, and how to fucking run away. I see. It was just something I wanted to know. It's good. You would probably not have those lessons in your mind because wasn't Miss Nana the one that. Yes, she was the one. Okay, so yeah. Because of that, you probably didn't get the teaching that's now on the schedule of hero schools. So probably check everything. I see. Thank you very much. And also, Ingo have asked you and your father to come to dinner. What? Yes. When? I can. Around a week. Oh. A week. We can't. Excuse me? Sorry about that, All Might. Me and Isugu is going on a hunt. So, yeah. Around 3 or 2 days, me and Isugu will. No, around the next week, around the weekends, we will probably go on a hunt to, get some materials. Also, we got a request to do it. I see. Yeah, so, sorry about that. It's alright, I will inform Inko. Well, thank you for the main information and the info. You can come. Yeah, I don't believe not to invite my dad. They, yes, I understand. They still have not good relations. Yeah, so I understand. Thank you. Thank you still. Yaki went out of the room and Isugu just sighed. That kind of sucks. Not seeing your mom? Yeah. Even though I still hate her a little, I still want a connection. I know. Anyways, what are you gonna? I know you're gonna use those wyverns, but are you sure? I'm not gonna use the big one. I'm gonna use the smaller ones. Oh, okay. I get it. So you're gonna introduce the smaller ones, then the bigger one. Yes, mostly for them to see. Even though they have seen a big fight, it's still not. good to introduce them to bigger. I understand, I understand. Thank you. The next, I did say it was the same day. The next hour or two, Isuku got ready for his plan and got every single item he needs for his classes to start. After that, and waiting some few moments inside of a bigger classroom, the students of Class 1B and some of Class 1A came through the door. Looking confused of why there are so many, a lot of them sat with Class 1B and some of Class 1A in front with Class 1B, and then up top was also the same. After some few moments, Isugu having his helmet off, he also had it off in his office. His helmet was on the table or podium in the front, with Alice also doing the same. Alright, everyone. I ask because you can see that you are introduced. Class 1A, Class 1B. You are the hero students, and I have asked Principal Nezu to combine these classes together. It's mostly because I found it annoying to repeat the same lessons twice over. Do you understand? Some of the class nodded and some of them didn't. Okay, so I know you've all seen the fight between a student and a monster from 3rd B. Class 1A, Class 2B, Class 1A, Class 2A, Class 3A. I know you have seen the fight between Class 3, a student from Class... the 3rd classes. Not 3rd class. First, your senior students here, between a fight between them and a monster. They nodded. Alright. So, today we are gonna release some fewer, smaller monsters into the arena. You will not go down into the arena. You will not go down into the arena. You will not go near the edge, so you can be taken by these creatures. You must understand, they are still monsters. Wyverns. Even though they're smaller, they are still dangerous. All of them nodded, and Isuku told them to get papers, pens, and come with them. After grabbing them, all of the students went to the arena and sat at the edge of the, arena edge. Away from the sides where you can look down. Isugu walks into the middle and looks at both classes. Alright. I know I just told you guys a few minutes earlier, you've seen the fight between a student and a bigger monster, but here you're gonna be introduced to smaller monsters. And so you can, learn about the evolving state. Evolvement that these monsters can go through. Isugu turned to Alice that was standing near the gate, led them in. She opened it and Isugu threw down some couple of meats on the ground and started to walk over to one of the corners, having his shield ready. Only his shield out. With Alice having her light bow gun out with sleeping bullets so she can hit the ground, making them fall asleep. After some few minutes, we see Jackie's coming out from base game world, the first monsters you faced. Coming out of the gate, running around and checking every single corner. Isugu having a little mic so the students can hear him. These are jackies. They are part of the nature here in Japan. You will probably see them if you go outside of the walls into a forest. They used to be in the New World and a part of the Old World, but some of them has migrated towards, well, the continents. Isugu stepped away from some monsters that came close to him. They are very dangerous for normal humans. Well, normal people to meet them in the wilds. They are highly aggressive and territorial. One of the monsters yelled at Isugu and tried to attack him, but Isugu just grabbed the upper on the skull and the mouth, under its mouth, to clamp its mouth shut. These monsters, like you can see, are aggressive, territorial, and if you're unlucky, but luckily for us we didn't take it to here, they have a leader called the Great Jackie. Isugu threw the Jackie away from him and it scurried off to his friends. The Great Jackie is a pack kind of situation. Sorry. These monsters are pack orientation, meaning they're in bigger groups together and has one leader. Understand? Everyone nodded, but someone was getting annoyed. And for the lessons we're gonna teach, you have to observe them. Make sure how they behave. Even though they're not in their natural habitat, we will show videos about it. They will still make sure they have their normal behavior. One of the monsters searched around and grabbed some of the meats that's on the ground, rushing over to where the gate was still closed and placed it in front of the gate. They will gather food and everything else for the pack leader and themselves when they need food. Sorry. They're also very good at climbing, that's why one of the monsters was about to climb up the wall and over to the students when Alice shot at it, making it fall down, a little drowsy. Good climber, that's why I said be away from the edge. Then Bakugo stood up and walked over to the edge. When are we gonna learn how to fight these guys? And okay, we have an angry one here. Isugu whispered, but still covering the mic. You're not gonna learn how to kill them or fight them. You are only here to learn how to avoid them, protect yourself, and protect the victims. That's absolute bullshit! You don't... Okay. 1. These creatures are still animals. Animals need to, well, preserve their territory. You know about the American and Russian situation where they took in these wyverns and they got aggressive, breaking out and destroying everything, right? Right. Some of the students said above. Good. Now, those were minor ones. Like, stronger than usual. And I think the US actually had a dangerous one captured back then. But they could not control them because they didn't have the techniques to handle these monsters. Isugu bashed his shield into a monster that jumped at him, knocking it away and making it sure it scurried away from him. If you're gonna fight them, you have to have a license and use one of the weapons. Quirks, like we said, are just a tool. No, they didn't. Quirks are very dangerous to have as a monster hunter. Yes, Mano, pointing at Yarosu's, Manos, Yarosu's brother, is a monster hunter with a quirk, but it's a minor boosting quirk for his muscles. Like outlandish fire, explosions, turning into a beast can make the animal know how to avoid you. You cannot fight them. They are smart. Even though they seem dumb, they are smart in fights. Absolute bullshit! I'm gonna prove it! No, you're not. Stay up there, Katsuki Bakugo. No! Before Izuku could do anything, Bakugo jumped down near two of the Jaggies. They reacted immediately, screaming at him and going around him. Shit, Bakugo, I told you to go back up and stay there. I'm not gonna listen to your bullshit. Bakugo went over to try to explode one of the monsters. Before he even does it, one of the monsters that was behind him, because it sneaked behind, went forward and tried, actually bites Bakugo's wrist. Ah, fucking damn it! Shit! Alice! Alice immediately started to shoot into the arena, knocking almost all of the Jaggies out. But the one that's on Bakugo was flung around by Bakugo, so she couldn't hit it. Izuku immediately got there and grabbed the jars of the Jaggy, pried it open, and got Bakugo stumbled back with his bleeding arm. Izuku closed the Jaggy's mouth and threw it over to its friends when Alice shot it to knock it out. Izuku immediately called robots to the arena to pick up Bakugo, but it will take around 2 minutes to arrive. After that, Izuku immediately turned to Bakugo with his bleeding arm. What the fuck did I say? You cannot do this. You are not trained. I don't care. It took me almost a year to even handle a pack and a great jockey. It takes 6 years for the training of monster hunters. 6 years for me to fight bigger, stronger ones than these. It took me a long time to even fight these guys. Alone. Without a group. So you jumping here seeing you can do it? Even though I told you monsters can understand quirks. That's the most idiotic, stupid thing you could have done. I don't want to. I don't care. You're going to the medical office, and then you're going to the principal. You can't. I'm a teacher for this year. Until you get an actual Monster Hunter teachers that can teach you and take over the program, I'm the teacher. You're going to the principal office after this. Understand? Fine. Good. At that point, the medical bots arrived and took away Bakugo towards Recovery Girl. After sighing for a few minutes, Isugu turned to the others that was kind of shocked at what happened. This is what I meant. These monsters are dangerous. They can attack you and make sure you are hurt. They can understand quirks. Mino is less in danger, but he's still very in danger when the monsters can feel what he can do. Understand? At that point, everyone nodded and Isuku sighed. Good. Now, get back to class. We have more of the lessons on this. And I will show you the footage of the mild version of these. Everyone left the arena with Isuku grabbing some of the jaggies and putting them, well, in the cage they arrived in. You okay? I'm fine. I'm just pissed he doesn't listen to us. I know. You knew him longer than me. I know. Alice went over and kissed Isuku's cheek. You did good. Thanks. Great, you understand. After taking all the jaggies and putting them inside of the cages and make sure the cage arrived back at the zone where the monsters are, Isuku and Alice went back to class and continued their lessons. Bakugo got a heavily scolding by Principal Nezu about how an idiot he was in that situation when he was told the monsters were dangerous. He was not getting expelled or anything else, he got a lecture and detention for a month. After that, Isugu went back to his office and sat down, sighing. This is so fucking awful. Yep, it is. The next lesson is, what, in 2 days? Yes. Let's do something not dangerous. Let's introduce Palico partners and the partners. Yes. Do you think Adrian would mind if I borrow his Legiana? No, I don't think he mind. Sorry. I don't think he minds. Okay. The 2 days passed after this incident. Bakugo is getting detention and everything else. And after, well, the 2 days, the Monster Hunter classes began again. Isugu got his lessons ready. Isugu went to the classroom and introduced what they were gonna do today. He said, we're gonna introduce partners. Not Monster Hunter partners, you're not getting them, but this different species. Yeah, I think Adrian has a Palico partner. Sorry. Adrian has a monster partner. He's a monster rider with a Palico partner. Mano has the dog from Rise, and he also has the Sacred from World. That's the only thing. Isugu has a Sacred and a Palico partner, and also Alice has a Sacred as well, with a Paramute, I think they're called, as well. After, well, saying what they're gonna introduce, Isugu went out to the arena where they got their ice hours exam. Standing out there, they wondering what they're gonna do. Well, see. Isugu made a whistle, and well, the Palico partners and the other partners came out and stood behind Isugu. These are some of the partners you will get when you get monsters, but you will also see them around Monster Hunters. Sorry. But you will also see them inside of the city sometimes. Oh my god. You can just hear Mina and some of the other girls just excited to see walking cats. Oh yeah. Sorry. These partners Isugu wave towards the Palicos. These Palico partners will help you out with different items, gathering, hunting, and healing, or many other stuff. You can also create armor sets for them. Isugu placed his hands on his Palico and shook her head around. I think I said it was her. With her just getting annoyed by Itsuku. They're your companions, your friends, and very good friends. They'll be by your side no matter what when you're a hunter. Now, Isugu walks up to his sacred. These were discovered a few hundred years ago. I think, yeah. These are sacred from the former Forbidden Lands, but now they're called the Wild Area. They have been raised around the world now for every single hunter to use. They're companions, your loyal steed, and you can ride around them wherever you go. Alice walked over to her dog companion. This, saying its name, is also like the Palicos and the Sacred combined. It can help you fight, you can ride around with them, or they can do, well, something else. But they're very good companion. They're very good companions. I see. But there's also a fourth companion partner, you can say. Isugu make a longer whistle this time, with a giant shadow coming over the students, and they looking up to see that's the Legiana. I think I'm correct here. It's the ice apex predator of the coral reef of Monster Hunter world. It landed in front of the students with a saddle on it, with nobody riding it. This student is a monster companion. They are mostly raised from the egg as companions to hunters. They fight, they do everything with their partners. Izuku walks over to pet the Legiana. I think I'm correct. Yeah, I think I'm correct. Petting it with it purring with the pets. This one was raised by Adrian. It's soft and he's very kind to others. Oh, he seems nice. He's not dangerous to you if you don't attack one of us. But you will actually see him more times than you think. He will help out in different scenarios where we're gonna have well, a controlled environment with monsters. And Adrian's Legiana is that, well, helpful hand. So you will be training with him, but him as the substitute for monsters. I see. Anything more, sir? Nothing much. But you can walk over and see how they work, but please be careful. By the way, the Palicos can talk. They can what?
Yes, that's correct.
Everyone jumped a little from the voice coming from Isugu's Palico partner. Yes, so please be nice to them. They walked around talking to the, well, partners. Even some came over to pat Adrian's Legiana, with it being nicer to them. After they got their papers out and did what they could on the different partners, Isugu said, "Now, you will go inside and you will be teamed up in groups. You will take the notes you have collected and see what you can get correct about the monsters and how they actually, what they can do. I told you different things what they can do, but you have to figure out what they can help with in a hunt. Except, well, fighting and everything else is, of course, the normal stuff. But you can also, you can probably think of some few things they can help with the hunt that it's not fighting." After every single student walked inside, Isugu took, well, Adrian's Legiana away, with Alice taking the partners towards where they were. Walking inside, some teams were formed up and everyone started to talk about what they found out. After some few moments, Isugu stood up again. "Alright then. Let's hear what you got." They talked about how the Palico partners, Isugu took that, well, that first, of what they could do. Some of them said they could, like, fight, gather stuff, and probably distract monsters in a fight. Isugu said correct, but that was already told by him. He asked someone else, and they could say probably do something that's not in the fight. Also correct, but I need more specific. That went on with all the different kind of, well, different kind of talks about what they can do and everything else. When Isugu stood in front with, well, Alice. "Alright, students. Now, in a couple of days, you will be on a field trip. Me and Alice will be there with some, well, with our two partner helpers and hunters. Please be ready, because it will be a hard training that day." And that is it from this second to last part. Hope you guys enjoyed. Good morning, goodbye, farewell, see you later. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. If you have any questions, you can just leave it in I play through Monster Hunter World again, or I play through Monster Hunter Iceborne for the first time series. Leave it in the comments, or if you just have a question, you can leave it in the comments and I will answer them in the video. Any questions you have will be answered in that series. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye bye.